bringing HD video online will be the next big revolution for online entertainment and video. And it doesn't just mean higher than what we're used to seeing today. Right now, like I said, 720K, 1 megabit per second encoded rate is pretty good video. And a lot of people think that, well, if I simply go to 2 megabit per second, well, that's high def. That's much higher than what most people are used to. I can go full screen, and it seems pretty good. And what we're talking about is actually going the full gamut into the industry standard definition of HD, which literally means 1080 or 1080 pixels per square inch, and gives you a full interlaced or progressive scan format. So 720p, 1080i is really kind of the industry standard when it comes to HD, and that's really going to be the next big advent of HD streaming on the web. And that's really where Akamai is going to be bringing this new revolution to the web really on Monday the 29th. So the hdweb.com, which is the destination site that we've built to launch on October 29th, will really be a electronic programming guide, if you will, kind of what you would see if you're on your cable box and you hit guide and you want to take a look at what's on. We've put together that interface as a very slick flash-based interface for people to be able to go and see what content of the customers that we do business with are actually distributing through this electronic programming guide on the hdweb.com. There'll be an ability to be able to preview the content in flash format in a higher definition than what you're used to like watching. So literally hitting a preview and seeing a very cool clip of that video in flash. And then there'll be the ability to actually click on either a 720p link or a 1080i link to be able to watch it in either QuickTime or Windows in its own browser. So literally opening up and be able to watch a full screen video shot of the NBA highlights from last year's championship, or Planet Earth from BBC, or a CSI episode from CBS. To be able to literally watch that in full screen in HD at your desk at work or at home with your high-speed connectivity. We're literally using this hdweb.com site as a destination site for a temporary time, couple weeks, for the web community to actually see what HD will look like being streamed across the internet to end users. It's important to know that this is more about the technology to deliver the HD and the content from our own content customers like the NBA, like BBC and Gannett, who will also be able to link that content on their site. So if you want to watch the content in our electronic programming guide that'll temporarily be up for 2 weeks, you can do that, or you can simply just click right through to thenba.com and watch that high-def video on their site as well. We're simply using it as an aggregation point and a means to be able to publicize our ability to deliver HD, and really in a unique manner. No one else will be able to do that. The hdweb.com and what Akamai is bringing to these audiences is obviously very complex in nature in the way we're actually solving the problem of the internet. But there's also that second problem that that is out there, which is the end user bandwidth and the computer themselves that they're actually utilizing. So it's interesting when you actually move to 720p and definitely to 1080i. A lot of the computers that are out there don't have enough video crunching power within their video acceleration cards to be able to watch it. You actually get choppy video. You'll have the full file actually downloaded into your site in very, very quick fashion. The problem will actually be your video crunching. So when you actually first get to the hdweb.com, one thing will actually happen first, and that'll be a bandwidth check that will actually just gauge to see what kind of bandwidth that you have. And then if you have enough bandwidth, you'll simply go right through to the site, and then there'll be a simple animation about the fact that you also need to have the proper video crunching capabilities or video acceleration capabilities. But if you don't have enough bandwidth, if we gauge that that you're not on a 10 megabit per second bandwidth connection, but you're on a 1 megabit per second connection, we'll let you go ahead and come on in, but you'll have to you have to endure some of the buffering process that it would take to be able to get you the content that you need. But the interesting thing is even with a 10 megabits or 20 megabit per second connection for an end user, without Akamai, you'll still have those buffering times, because the content is being delivered from a centralized location, and the latency involved to get the content, large files, sometimes 500 megabytes file size being delivered from a centralized location to an end user, just will have the latency that will actually prevent you to be able to watch that as soon as you click on it. But with Akamai, even with a 7 megabit per second connection, you'll hit play and it will start to play literally within seconds with no buffering time, and the file will be down to your desktop as you watch it literally within a minute.